Srem Sai said about the massing up, and this is where we are bringing the history to him. Now, let me talk to the Deputy Attorney General. Say, it is not because people don't, the reason why people don't mass up on many of the cases you are talking about is that they do not conduct a brutal arrest and a raid. Anytime you conduct a brutal arrest and a raid, that is what triggers people to mass up. People mass up when they feel that there's a high-handed hand being used in the so-called investigation. So if you invite Joe Garte to Yoko and you speak to him, you call him, Joe, can you come? And he shows up, you speak to him and he signs his documents, that's it, he's gone. Nobody's going to mass up. But if you go to Ameya Kofi's house at 5 a.m. on a Sunday and you enter and you break his things and you take his bed and throw it away like what OSP irresponsibly did at SML yesterday, you're going to have a massing up. If Wuntumi goes to CID, he drove his car to CID, there was no problem. CID spoke to him. They can continue and prosecute him and take him to court. There's no problem about that. But if you conduct Rambo Style Arrest, I'm talking to Srem Sai now. The point you are making is that if you look at the political legal history of Ghana, I'm going to show you videos. Whenever you conduct a Rambo Style Arrest and people feel that the state power, the coercive authority of state handed to you because of an election is being misapplied by you or being applied in a high-handed manner, it is then that you trigger the will of the people and then they mass up. So the massing up and the not massing up equation is as simple as that. Massing up occurs when the arrest and the processes of getting the person to speak it looks like it's a Rambo style. It looks like you are using state power anyhow. It looks like you just want to teach the person a lesson. It looks like you want to embarrass the person. When you do that, whether it's NDC or MPP, people will mass up. I'm going to show you videos tonight. So get that straight, Honorable Srem Sai. Get that very straight. If you invite Matthew Opoku Prempeh there, he tells another person, many people know that Opoku Prempeh is there. I know a lot of people who go to Yoko all the time. Nothing happens. The other day, I heard Felix Kwachofosu speaking on JOYFM and said that Kesel Atuforsen was spoken to at Christmas time. Now, Atuforsen's witness statement, the statement for the court, was actually taken in Parliament. He was in Parliament. The prosecutors from the Attorney General's office went to Parliament and said, Honorable, this is the statement. Can you sign it? Can you write it? Whatever they needed from him. They went to take it from Parliament. They did not go and arrest him at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, surround his car, and say that we are Yoko, we have warrant. When you do that, you will trigger the arrest. The other day, at the International Conference Center, Press Center in Accra, Johnson Asiedun Katia and Koko Anyidoho were both holding a press conference on some matter relating to politics. Koko Anyidoho had earlier said something about a potential coup d'etat against Akufo-Addo and linked it to a coup that overthrew Akufo-Addo's father. He had said it somewhere, I think on Radio Gold. Now, Asiedun Katia was a deputy, Koko Anyidoho was a deputy general secretary at the time. Johnson Asiedun Katia was a general secretary. And together they were holding a press conference at the International Conference Center. Instead of police calling Koko Anyidoho and say, come and answer questions, the police moved there to arrest him. And Srem Sai, listen carefully. If he's not listening, tell him. The police moved there to arrest him. It is in those circumstances that people mass up. Watch the video of what happened then in 2018. After that, I'll show you something in 2001, 24 years ago, and you will understand that Srem Sai demonstrated that he doesn't have sufficient acquaintance with the political legal history of this country. If he did, he won't say that some people come, they don't make noise, some people come, they make noise. Those about whom noise is made, about whom people are massed, like you go to Adenta Kumi's house at 6 a.m. and say, come, catch him and catch him. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Now, watch how the NDC responded to the Koko Anyidoho arrest. So you can see them here massing up, and they are quite angry. Let me know if there's sound so I can stop talking. That's Koko Anyidoho in there. Yeah, let's listen.
Can confirm that Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Koko Anyidoho, is currently in there with top hierarchy of the police service. Early on at the International Press Center, macho men on motorbikes came there to obstruct an arrest that was going to be effected by personnel from the CID headquarters here. General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Esedun Ketia, led Koku Anyidoho himself, together with this well-built macho man, to the police headquarters here. Upon reaching here, the macho man wanted access into the police headquarters. The police personnel here prevented them from entering, and so it was only a few executives of the NDC and Koku Anyidoho who were allowed into the police headquarters. At the moment, there's a meeting going on between the police personnel hierarchy, I must say, and Mr. Koku Anyidoho.
Oh, where's the guy? Yes, you can see the video, people massing up over there because of the way in which the police at the time tried to arrest Koku Anyidoho. So please tell Srem Sai, this is what happens. If people try to conduct arrest in a certain way, this is what will happen. But if you invite people to come to Iyoko, invite them to come to CID, invite them to come to NID, nobody masses up because they are treated like people who are part of Ghana. But if this happens, now let's listen to this man.
We know them. We know them. Yesterday, the same boys in Adom-Otchere court. But no, we know them. We know them. During election time, they are the boys that they were invisible forces. We know them. And they are almost see at the and then anyway, I didn't me catch on the say. When anyway now here, my intimidate your home. America for Baba, Ghana police, almost 2 hours here. So America for Baba.
So why are you here?
I'm here. I'm the bodyguard of the General Secretary. I'm his personal bodyguard. That's why I'm here.
And I'm saying that we were Koku Anyidoho. We are loyalists to the NDC party, and we follow Koku Anyidoho, trying to give him moral support. Why should you prevent us from entering this big yard?
But the appointment is not with you as supporters.
Oh, but that doesn't matter. Do we know what is going to happen to Koku Anyidoho inside there? Is it the first time supporters of somebody who have been invited?
But your General Secretary followed him there, so why should
yeah, certainly. But we also thought that it would be better for us to follow to see exactly what was happening, what's going to happen in there. I am surprised because this was avoidable. You know, this thing we are seeing here is strange. You understand what prevented the CID from inviting Anyidoho in his office or whatever, that to come to the press center immediately after the press conference, you say you are invited to the police CID, which of course is wrong. And
do you know why they are arresting him?
For some comments he made. For some comments he made to the effect that if Akufo-Addo doesn't take care, there's going to be a coup in Ghana. You know,
those are treasonable
some of these views. A lot of citizens have
they are ordinary views.
They aren't ordinary. The police has the right to invite Koku Anyidoho, but the premises and the motives he used to invite Koku Anyidoho was wrong.
Did you hear that? Srem Sai, did you hear that? This is what happens. This is what happens. If you invite people to come to CID, nobody's going to mass up. That's what the guy was saying, that the police have a right to invite any Ghanaian and say that we're looking for you. The Iyoko has a right to invite any Ghanaian. But if you show up or the person has come from London, like Kwame Dubois, like when I was told they wanted to do, you come to the airport, you put him in handcuffs, and then you are videoing it. And that's one, people will mass up. Wontumi drives out of CID, and he's not told by the CID that, Chairman, Iyoko is looking for you. So when you leave here, can you go to Iyoko? This man is with them. He will take you to the Iyoko office. So please, you and your lawyers, you can continue to Iyoko. He would have driven his car straight to Iyoko. But CID dismissed him, discharged him, and then he's on the road, and then some cars cross. People who are driving home get frightened. They who are not part of it get frightened. So tell Srem Sai that his distinction of some situations where people mass up and others where they don't mass up. It is not about whether people make noise on media or not. It is about the mode of the arrest. When people feel that the coercive authority of state's power, which has been given to an individual group of people because they won election, that coercive authority of state, which belongs to the state, is being used against other members of the state. You cannot use the coercive authority of state against other members of the state in a way that people feel that is unlawful. You remember the case of Sextus Tacinus, the natural law philosophy? When people feel that the law is not being applied correctly, they act in the way that you saw the guy act. I like what the guy said. Let's watch it again. When he talked about Koko Anyidoho was invited in a brutish way. That's police. So what the CID did, he said that these are boys who were invisible forces, whatever, and they've now put CID dress on them. Does that look familiar to something we see these days? I don't know. You can answer that yourself. But the Deputy Attorney General should know better than what he said. He should know better that the reason why people mass up is because of the way that the coercive authority of state is used against other people as if they are not part of state. That's the important thing. Any democracy doesn't do that. You go to London, they arrest them all the time. The mayor of London has been arrested. I was there, I saw it, and it was very civil. They invited him to come, the write a statement. As I was saying, Ato Forsen, they sent the document to him in Parliament that he should sign it. The document, they didn't even tell him to come. They went to Parliament, so as it were, they went to his office to see him. Srem Sai should understand this. I mean, if he's just coming to the political game, he should understand the political legal history and stop this. He can't whitewash this and say some people are mad and then they mass up there. No, there are people who are feeling that rights are being abused. That's why they mass up out there.